play it again.
Well, come on inside and get yourself something cool to drink.
And we can do 2 today.
Hey, Bachi.
Man, we ain't doing nothing else. Ladies and gentlemen, we just sitting around waiting on news to happen, ain't we? We just sitting around waiting on news to happen. Cowboys drop a little bit of bread today, and I just want to talk about how different that is in general. Cowboys don't really drop a whole bunch of bread. You know, Cowboys kind of hang around and they penny pinch on safety in particular. You know what I'm saying? If there was anywhere I think the Cowboys would like go big on, I would think that it'll be, you know, like a pass rusher or something, and you kind of giving up some draft capital and a little bit of money to go get your pass rusher. Rashawn Gary, that happened. I think there's some interesting linebacker conversations going on right now. I don't think the Cowboys are stuck on the Kobe Dean, and I actually think that's a really good idea. Don't just be stuck on Dean. Like, look around, use your eyes. You know what I'm saying? And see who the best possible guy is. But typically the Cowboys drop money over there. I was shocked when the Cowboys put big money into safety, because that normally don't happen here in Cowboy land. See, here in Cowboy land, you know, like, you know, J-Ron Kirsch's got to figure it out. You know, Wanye, Marquise Bell, and all those guys, you typically don't put a whole bunch of resources into the safety. But with this new regime of your defensive coaches, right, the defensive play caller, Christian Parker, and he talks about what he needs from his safety, right? He needs a guy that's on the roof, a guy that's in the box, you know what I'm saying, a guy that comes down and plays some nickel. The Cowboys acquired that player in Jalen Thompson. Now, they dropped 3 years, $36 million on Jalen Thompson. That's 12 per year. The Cowboys never do that. But, you know, the Cardinal ties, we can have a conversation about that. So, you know, there's a plan for the player. We know exactly how we want to use the player. And, you know, just the idea that Christian Parker just described this cat a little bit ago and how important that position is to the operation of this thing. Now, I know that we could have used like a rookie, and there's a bunch of rookie safeties that we like, and I don't think rookie safeties off the board neither. We'll have that conversation in a second. But I was saying on this channel a month ago or so, or something like that, that maybe the Cowboys aren't super into the cornerback market like we think they are. They're definitely more into the safety market. So when I saw Malik Hooker got his money kind of played around with a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Malik Hooker didn't get cut to save money. They tinkered with his contract to save more money. That lets you know Malik Hooker's going to be here. I had a feeling Malik Hooker's going to be here. Jalen Thompson is your second safety. Cool. No problem. We can live in this world where he's your nickel, your safety, your up guy, whatever you want to call him. And I think as up guy, you know, I don't want to call him Earl Thomas and then, like, if it's a too high, I think he's fine playing halves. I think let him come down, cover certain people. He's 5'11", you know what I'm saying? Christian Parker's ideal nickel safety dude might be 6 foot plus or something like that. I don't know. But I think the draft is going to still give you a little bit of room to operate with that, because I think you're going to need 3 safeties. You probably need 3 corners, but you also need 3 safeties. Currently, let's see. The Cowboys at corner have Deron Bland, Savon Revel, that they have big plans for both those guys. They've come out, Stephen Jones has come out and said that these 2 players are core members of the daggone football team. Bland and Revel. That's two dudes at corner. I didn't think that the Cowboys were considering corner to be an emergency like that. I know Revel's gonna have a better time bouncing back, being another year removed from the injury or whatever. We got to see what Bland's foot looks like. I think the draft is going to help that. But in terms of like starters, I think you got your starting corners if you go based on what Steven was talking about. In terms of safety, I think you could use one more. Jalen Thompson's going to be a guy. Malik Hooker's going to be a guy. And I think you're going to find another dude in the draft that can be multiple in his safety job. Why? Because wherever Jalen Thompson's not playing, you would probably want that rookie to be there, right? And I like this too because it keeps you from putting so much not stress or issue, but like, you know, think about how much responsibility goes into being the nickel or the nickel back on a defense where the defense is revolved around nickelback. You would rather a veteran play a position and start where everything's revolving around them. You don't want your rookie to be somebody where it all revolves around them. You know what I mean? So if Caleb Downs gets drafted here, right? He's just going to play the opposite safety of Thompson. If Thompson is down, then Downs will be back. If Downs is down, then Thompson will be back. They can take turns. There will be configurations where Thompson and Downs will be up, and Malik Hooker will be the strong or something, or just whatever. You know, there's ways to do it. 3 safety sets. Make up your mind. I don't know. But there's room there. I think this is kind of writing on the wall that Donovan Wilson probably up out of here. I don't know. It's not official yet. But I don't think the Cowboys are in a rush to sign him back or anything like that. But I definitely wanted to say that Caleb Downs, like Dylan Thieneman, Bud Clark, Wheatley, like no matter what safeties you've been watching, you can still draft safety and have those guys jump in along in the safety room. I don't think you're done yet. I don't think you're done yet. But what this is telling me is that the Joneses have given Shotty a bunch of freedom, and Shotty is giving CP a bunch of freedom. Hey man, what kind of safety you like? You like this guy? Not only are we gonna go get him, but we gonna spend some bread to go get him. You know what I'm saying? So in this whole situation, you know, speaking in a matter of efficiency, if you look around to the national, not national, I don't want to say that, but the local guys, right? Our local beat writer friends, the radio guys, podcast guys, newspaper, whoever, right? The common talking point is that the Cowboys need like 5 players. 5 players to go out there and consider themselves to be, you know, ready to go on defense, you would say. You signed 2 of them today. You signed Rashawn Gary. You signed Jalen Thompson. That's 2 down. You got 3 more to go. I know that a linebacker is going to be in the mix somewhere. I don't know who that linebacker is going to be. I know Nakobe Dean is a name that's commonly tied to the Cowboys. I do think the Cowboys are working on Dean. I don't think the Cowboys are married to Dean, and I think that's a phenomenal thing. I think that's a really good thing, because we ain't just putting all our eggs into the Dean basket. I think there's multiple different people that we could be we could be talking to. Like there's multiple linebackers that we could talk to. So I like that. That's 3 starters, right? I do think the Cowboys are going to double back around at pass rush, but I do think they're going to let the pass rush market kind of settle down a little bit. I don't think they want to hop into the pass rush market again while it's like super hot like this. What they did was they added Rashawn Gary to the market. Well, they took him off the market like via trade, so he ain't even involved in the market. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, Rashawn Gary, and this lets you know how good of a move the Cowboys got it, right? Ultimately, Rashawn Gary is going to be cheaper than any other bigger name that gets signed at pass rush today. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the cheaper guys that was acquired, because he was acquired in a trade, and he's going to have a deal restructure. Eventually, he's going to have a deal restructure. So you end up saving money in that league. Fine, cool, perfect. I can live with that. I think they're going to look for some more pass rushers, but those dudes are going to be like, hey, we'll holler at you if the money makes sense. It might be in the 10 or less range, $10 million or less range. But then after that, you got your 2 picks. You got your 2 draft picks. Now I know, because I'm phony as hell, and I was totally on the opposite side of this. I was ready to go get Max Crosby, send him the picks, and we'll figure this thing out later. That's the kind of time I was on. But if the approach that we're going is 2 of our draft picks are gonna be a part of this thing somehow, then fine. I still need the Cowboys to put they hands in their pocket. Okay, take some money out, put it on the table, or they get adjacent neighborhoods on the phone and start hitting them with that plug talk. I got my first key from my baby mama brother. You know what I'm saying? I got 1 foot in the streets, and every week I flip a key. You know what I'm saying? The trade market is always going to be wide open for the Cowboys, because the Cowboys got picks. The Cowboys got picks to trade. So even if they don't go top of the market hunting in free agency, I'll still expect some of the moves to be made. But I'll let you know when that happens. I love y'all to pieces, man. I'll catch up with y'all later. I'll probably do a stream, and then I got I'm working with J Tuck and them, J Tuck, DMV, and Rome at 6:30 Central. So y'all be sure to tap in. Lay y'all to pieces. Salute.